Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gata. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we are covering ATP Tokyo and Beijing. Tokyo, we're in the final. Beijing, we're in the semis. So get into the comments. Let me see what you're playing for tomorrow or this morning, whatever time it is for you. And if you would like to follow along with what I'm playing, keep your eyes peeled for my pinned comment, which will be right below. And just a heads up, it is what I will be officially playing. What I say in the video, what I like, is not official. It's just what I am looking at. So if you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. I appreciate those who do. And if you like to get my picks as soon as I upload, the soonest way to do that is to subscribe, honestly. Turn notifications on and subscribe. You can get the pinned comment immediately and play it there. But if you do feel generous for any wins that you have been getting, that you do get, there's a link in the pinned comment, as well as a link to my free Discord if you'd like to join. And with that being said, we'll be looking like for today. We had just one slip, two slips, but man, what a funny day. I woke up this morning to Casper Ruud winning the first set. So immediately I was like, well, there goes Carlos. All right. Woke up to Carlos just, it's all good. It's all good. I was willing to ride it until it wasn't going to hit anymore. So that's, you see the smile on my face. I'm happy with it. Then we also took Tien for a set. You know he was going to do that for us against Musetti. You know he was going to do that for us. Now, who saw him winning 2-1, but a retirement from Musetti because he was getting bageled? We know. Now we know. That's how many people in the top 10 of Tien has beaten now. Please tell me. He's beaten damn near half of the top 10 now. So, or people that were in the top 10 at one point. So, shout out to Tien. Keep going, bro. I'm rooting for you. I don't. Okay, we'll get into it then. Anyway, our first match we're going to get into is going to be actually in Beijing this time, because it's going to be the first match we have, and it's going to be Jannik Sinner going against Alex de Minaur. And we know these two have played each other way too many times with the same result. When I tell you this, you're not going to believe it. I say this probably every time they talk. Every time I talk about them playing each other, which was earlier in Melbourne this year. Alex de Minaur has only gotten a set against this man in the 10 times they played each other. He's never beaten Jannik Sinner. It is 10-0. If you want to count the walkover in Paris as a win, then go ahead, but it doesn't count. So, and every match but one was on a hard court or indoor hard court. Only 3 on the hard courts, which obviously he never saw a set. The last time he was able to get a set on Jannik Sinner was 5 years ago. Jannik got pretty close to dropping a set a little bit to Fabian Marijan, but didn't. He did drop one to Terence Ottman, Scary Terry. The demon is just as scary as the name as Scary Terry. So, at this point in time, we do know what he is capable of in ATP 500s. That is kind of where he cracks down, but it doesn't matter when it comes to Jannik Sinner, bro. It doesn't matter. Jannik is minus 850 to win the match. They got a disrespectful spread at minus 5.5. I don't know if it's going to be that bad. I would go for the 3.5. But I'd be quite surprised, and I say quite surprised, if this goes over 23 games. It's minus 235 to go for that under. I can also see Jannik going under 12.5 games here. I know I've been using that on Carlos, but I know I fell for it against Casper Ruud, so maybe here is going to be kind of more of the same. Maybe Alex de Minaur is still a top 8 player, and maybe he is able to produce a bit. I don't know, but the way it just seems like the matchup is just like he can't handle it. Like de Minaur's whole thing is I can be everywhere, and like people can't hit well enough for you to hit a winner on me. This guy can hit well enough to hit a winner on you. Like, and he can move just as well as you can on a hard court. So it's kind of like he's nullified. It's like he's playing a wall that's curved back at him like this. So he can't really like win, right? He's just kind of pressured the entire match. He can't serve as well, right? Yannick's got a bigger serve, so a bet that is a bit crazy to take, but I think is actually worth taking in this matchup specifically. And I'll look at let me look at what happened in there. Okay, well. Yeah, dude. Yannick scored a point in every game in the match the last time they played. I know it sounds crazy, and I know you might not have access to that bet, but Yannick has scored a point in every game in the match when he plays against Alex de Minaur. Because he can't serve. Strictly off the serve. Like, if you wanted to go off the set one, it's minus 170 if you have access to this crazy bet for Yannick to win 1 point in every game in set one. It's minus 170. I'm looking to see where the entire match is and see how much that is worth, just to tell you how much my sports book is willing to pay out for Yannick to get a point in every game of the match. What the hell is it? It's plus. Wait, no. That's for de Minaur. It's plus 145. That's some decent smoke for a semifinal. You know that it's going to be center winning, but if you wanted to go for the smoke, Yannick to get a point in every game in the match, in a best 2 out of 3. With someone who can't serve that great, yeah, he might have an off game, but an off game can still get you a point. So, I mean, I like it. If you wanted me to go into the stats, we've gone into it a billion times. We do this with this guy damn near every 2 weeks, right? But update. Center is 21-2 with a 50-5 record this season. De Minaur is 28-9 with a 48-17 record this season. Center has a 76% win rate on a hard court. De Minaur has a 68. So an 8% difference there. And as we know, de Minaur is ranked number 8. Yannick Sinner is now ranked number 2, not number 1. So, yeah, that's all I got for that one. The under or the over for the games, I couldn't tell you. De Minaur getting 8 games, I don't know. Okay, so we'll move on. I'll keep this a short video for you guys today. All right, next we have our boy. We have Learner Tien going against Daniel Medvedev for the second head-to-head on a hard court. And if you remember earlier this year, I said in my video, I think Learner Tien might be able to take Medvedev, man. I said he might be able to take Medvedev. if anything, a set. He beat Medvedev in a 5-setter with 3 tie breaks in the Australian Open. He is now in a semifinal against him. That was in the second round. Now he's in the semifinal against him. Now, you know how I feel about this kid. You know that I'm not going to let bias run what's going to happen here. Medvedev is, the way he's playing, the way he played against Zverev last night, holy shit. That guy's unplayable. I don't know how crazy of a difference. Like, I didn't know how much of a crazy of a difference it is just to have a different coach around, just to have different people around you when you are playing. Because literally just look at how he's playing. It looks like he's going back to the old Medvedev, like the unplayable Medvedev. His defense was ironclad against Zverev. And then forced all his shots into the left, into his forehand, and fucking him up because he has not as good as a forehand as he does a backhand as Zverev. So he played really impressively. He wasn't just playing baseline either. He was hitting drop shots. Both of them were. But, like, the game that he has shown this week has evolved from what we've been seeing. And he is looking good. Now, do I think that Leonard Tien can get a set? I don't know if he can get a set. If Medvedev was able to beat Zverev 6-3, 6-3, and Alejandro Davidovich Fokina 6-3, 6-3, and Cam Norrie 6-3, 6-4. I don't know if Medvedev is here to be like playing around with no fucking body right now. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Tien had a hard draw. He went through 2 Italians in the top 10, in the top 30, and has only dropped a set so far in that process against them. He's dropped 2 sets in the process. Now, dropping 2 sets is all you need to lose, and he's the person who's been dishing that out, Medvedev. So, what do we think here? I would like to think that Medvedev... You know what I like to think? Medvedev goes over 12.5 games. I think there could be one set. One set. Maybe that's... And I don't think that's delusional. I think one set where he gets pushed to 5 games. Or Tien can hold for 5 games. I do. I do. I don't like Tien for a set today, which is crazy to say, but it's true. I don't like him for a set. The game total was at 9.5. Don't like that either. The spread is minus 240 at plus 5.5. So if you think he's not going to lose as badly as Zverev and Alejandro, then take that. That's a crazy play. I know that, yes, Leonard Tien has beaten him before, but that was the Medvedev earlier this year. Bro had just had his baby. Didn't even really show up to warm-ups. I think. Excuse me, sorry. Just had pulled up to the Australian Open and lost in the second round, and then perpetuatedly, or progressively did that for a few different matches and a few different Opens for the beginning of the year. He was not playing well, and then we saw him in a bit of a stinker, getting off the ground. Or actually, since he lost to Bublik in the final, we kind of just saw him kind of turn it off a bit. But now he's turned it back on, made some adjustments in-house, and I do trust this level of Medvedev. I do. The money line for Medvedev is at minus 380. You know what to do there. If you want to take him in straights, I wouldn't. Just for the price. Minus 130. You might as well just wish for Tien to get a set and just go for the plus 270. Medvedev winning 2-1 because he's gotten a set off him before. So like, I mean, I'm not going to act like it was a long time ago either. He did get a set off Medvedev. They were 3 close sets out of the 5 that were played. So I'm sure there could be one close set between them. The one thing about both of these players is that Medvedev and both Tien have ridiculously high levels of defense. They're like great defensive players. So watching them go, that's why I ended up going to 3 tiebreaks, because like they're just defense against defense. Some power thrown in between, but if I'm going to go with who I trust more, look, Medvedev already went through a lefty. He went through Cam Nori. He actually has beaten everyone that's beaten Lerner Tien. Davidovich, Fokina, Cam Nori, and Zverev have all beaten Lerner Tien this year. Yes. So what do we do about that, you know? Won't stick on this too long. This has Tien having 1.5 aces, Medvedev with 6.5. How many did he have against Zverev? He had 5. How many did Tien have against Musetti? 0. The under aces for Tien is at minus 166. I kind of like it. I can't see Medvedev getting aced out twice by the boy. Not with the way he's been playing defense recently. But before I conclude, just want to tell you guys, I know this is something you wanted to hear at the beginning, but Tien is 22-11 with a 75% win rate on the hard court, going 29-22. Then we have Medvedev, who is 16-10 on the hard court, going 31-19 with a 74% win rate. Now, last year, he did make it to the semifinals and lost to Carlos Alcaraz. Daniel Medvedev did. And he did so by getting to the same position by, as you know, winning in straights. So, he lost in straights to Alcaraz. This is not a Carlos Alcaraz. This is a Lerner Tien. More or less like a Flavio Caboli or an Adrian Manarino, which took him to a tiebreak last year. So a lefty in good form took him to a tiebreak. I kind of like the idea of Tien pushing it now. I kind of like the idea of the over 12.5 for Medvedev. I do. That way I can root for Tien to win, but at the same time, I know that the best value in this match is going to be with something that's going to have to be on a line. So the line at 12.5 is probably the best I could find. I don't like. You could go for total games. This could be a long match, but at the same time, the way Medvedev's been playing recently, it's hard to say that. So there could be a long set and it not be a long match, right? Like it could be a 7-5 set, and then the next set is a bagel, and then what's that? 13 plus. That's 19 games in total, in the entire match. So, not saying it's going to happen, but that could happen. So I'd rather not bet in that direction. And with that, we can move on to none other than our very last match, which is going to be taking place in where? Where's it taking place? In Tokyo, right? Going to Tokyo. We're done with Beijing. We'll see who gets into the final. Hopefully it's Tien. But we know what we're gonna get. Anyway, last but not least, we have our final head-to-head. We have Carlos Alcaraz going against Taylor Fritz. And this is going to be their 5th head-to-head, with Taylor Fritz having his one victory. Was not ATP victory, but it was a Laver Cup, which is, I guess, a UTR win. But he beat Alcaraz in straights 6-3, 6-2 on an indoor hard court. but they've played on indoor hard courts once before in 2024, but not on the hard court since Miami in 2023. They did play in London in the semifinals in Wimbledon, where Alcaraz only dropped a set to him. But, yeah. I think for this one, guys, since we've had a flip in the switch, before we even get to that, where are my manners? Let me keep some protocol here. All right, so Alcaraz, as we know, is 27-4 on the hard court with now a 80% win rate on a hard court. Jesus Christ. That's his second lowest win rate, by the way. Just he's 66-7 this season. Technically, like unofficially, that's the number because of the Laver Cup matches and things like that. But 66-7, and organized tennis, that's his record right now. So ridiculously fucking crazy shit. He has gotten 7 losses this season. There's months where he hasn't lost. Like, let that sink in. For there's months where the man has not lost. Months. Okay. Anyway, he's number 1 in the world, deservingly so, going against the current world number 5. Looks like Taylor Fritz dropped rank just a tad bit, dropped from 4 to 5, and he is 30-10 this season, going 49-17 across all surfaces. So, what is that? He has 3 more wins than Alcaraz, but 6 more losses. But a 67% win rate, that's 13% less than Alcaraz. Now, if you wanted to be like a simpleton, keep it simple, not go too crazy, you could really just take the center money line, Alcaraz money line, Medvedev money line, slam it, call it a day. Really. Like, you don't need me here to tell you that in this video, but I'm here to find you the other shit. So if you want to have the other shit, because I don't care to do that shit right there. Like, everybody knows that they can do that, but everybody gets mad at the same time when that don't happen, right? So let's get a good look at what we could have going on. In the past few matches, they have had a relatively non-competitive first set. So oof. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the highlights, but Taylor Fritz was looking fucking good. He was looking really fucking good against Jensen Brooksby, and Alcaraz was looking unreal, honestly. He was looking unreal. He dropped a set to Casper Ruud, but Casper Ruud was playing extremely well too. So those semifinal matches were really good. Quite exciting, honestly. Happy to see another big final. I think Taylor Fritz is played to deserve this position here. I think he's going to definitely produce something. He's figured out how to beat Carlos before, which is weird because in the match that he did beat him in the Laver Cup, Carlos probably just didn't give a shit, honestly. Like, he's probably like, bro, I'm number 1. I'm about to win and get actual higher rankings against you in a few weeks. Like, I don't know. He could very well look at it like that, though, right? But now, is he going to completely destroy Taylor Fritz? Or is Taylor Fritz going to at least push him a little bit? Can Taylor Fritz hold for 5 games? Because we've been rocking with the under for Alcaraz, but the over hit yesterday, and it's not like the over is less likely to hit now. Like, this is an even better person he's going against. So, being pushed further, what's it worth for him to win outright? minus 500. So let me just see what it's like for all of these jokers to win and how much it costs you. Minus 123. It's not bad. Minus 123. If you can get yourself a little profit boost, maybe move it up to 113, minus 113. If you wanted to play that, then yeah, that is the play. I mean, I'm sure people will be telling you to be doing that anywhere else, but Alcaraz over 12.5 might be where it's at. All right, but you guys let me know who you think's gonna be taking this final. Some people might be thinking. I've heard some people say, "Hey, look, Laver Cup might not be much, but the performance showed something." So hey, let me know if you think it's gonna be Fritz or if it's gonna be Alcaraz. Tell me who your favorite is. Matter of fact, tell me where you're from as well. Been getting a lot of new followers. Would love to have some insight on who's from where and who's actually watching and listening from where. Yeah. Anyway, that is all the matches. I will be able to give you guys an earlier video tomorrow for the final for Tokyo, but we are getting into Shanghai soon, so it's Masters season once again. But keep a lookout for the pinned comment. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Peace.